Feel like we're live. Hopefully the mic is working and everything is good. Just wait for a few bods. Doob, Dr. Don. Hello Josh, how you doing? Well, let me just get onto here so I can see it at the same time you can. Crystal clear. Good stuff. Hello Kieran, and congratulations again, my friend, on the birth of your beautiful twins. Hello Gemma. So we're all in, all the old crew are here. So I'm going to be teaching a trick on this. So if you're not magically inclined, stick around, you'll learn a secret. If you are magically inclined, get yourself a deck of cards. I'm going to be going over the sandwich effect that I did recently on my social media. Just pop in and say hi. Hello, Noah, how you doing, buddy? It's good to have the old crew back. This is lovely. So, yeah, I've been away a long time from here. Hello, Ron. How you doing, buddy? I just sort of fell out of love with Magic a little bit. Didn't hate it for any reason. I just didn't have any inclination to pick up a deck of cards. Yeah, it happens. You know, crazy year we had, and 30 years of doing it. There's got to be a point when this happens. So let me just check the lighting for the other angle. Hopefully you guys should be able to see. Kira might notice something pretty cool, which still is my go-to. Today I'm going to be using Red Fox Playing Cards version 2. Beautiful card. This is the underwater themed version of the deck of the hand-drawn cards. Hopefully you guys can see them without too much glare. I know there's a bit of glare. Let me just sort that out. So I've just been doing these thing called boredom breakers. Yeah, that should be better. The lighting's a bit different for that. Nice mouse mat indeed. So yeah, you should be able to see those fine. And obviously we're rocking the King of Diamonds as well, which is so Red Fox Playing Cards still have version 1, version 1.1 and version 2s, I believe. I made an appearance as the King of Diamonds on version 2, which is very cool. The jacks on these, you say? Yeah, they are very cool. You can see the nautical detail they've got on them as well. So really, really nice cards. This is the prototype deck, so I'm not sure how well it will handle. They're not as nice as the decks that they actually get printed. So this is the prototype they sent me. I've still yet to order my new ones, just because furlough and work and money and all that stuff. But yeah, all hand drawn, beautifully hand drawn and beautifully marked. I won't get into that now. It's not a mark card trick. So we've got a few people to get in. Lovely to see some old names on here though. Really, really cool. Trying to get the best angle for this. So does everyone know the I posted it on here as well, the sandwich effect that I'm talking about? Yeah, hello pal. Yeah, I've missed being online, I really have. So yeah, I'm going to be going through the sandwich effect as best I can at this angle. It should be fine. Let's hello to you a bit first. Do 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 do. Yeah, you saw it. Good. Okay, so you'll know it involves double top shot, a little bit of 10 card palming. It's quite a tricky little effect, but I want to talk to you about why I did it this way, why I've decided to make it not overly complicated, but a way that I can get away from a particular move that I didn't want to do. You know that sandwich effect move? Let me show you. So I should have this one. Alright, so there is a sandwich effect move that everyone I'm having a hard time spreading cards smoothly without having the pinky at the bottom to support the deck. Any tips? Do you mean spreading like this? Is this a spread you mean? Just gonna reset this. Would be nice to see what you guys see, so I know where I am for the lag. Right. No, it's not going to show me. All right. Like classical. Yeah, I mean, when I do it, my pinkies are down here anyway, so having a pinky at the bottom here is not a bad thing. Maybe it's up in this camera. Having the pinkies here isn't the end of the world, you know. I mean, that's what they're there. They are for, you know, they are there for supporting the deck. But yeah, I mean, you can see underneath I've got all my fingers under. I mean, everything. My little fingers are holding the edge of the pack, and all my fingers underneath. So all the support's there. Derek told me he's got Paradigm V2. Yes, I can't wait for those. I need to get back in the community, man. So yeah, he did speak to me recently about that, and then obviously, like I said, I sort of dropped out, so I will get in touch with everyone again. Right, on with this. Tim is fine. He's, I think, he's looking to join the army of all things. So yeah, that should be interesting. I'll let you know how he gets on with that. He doesn't really do a lot of social media, does he? All right, so let's look at the actual trick itself. So in a sandwich effect, let's go for the right ones. A card is chosen, as we know. 5 of spades in this case. You get the spectator to tell you when to stop. You place that back in, and you say you're going to use the 2 King of Diamonds. Of course, I'm going to use these. So we've got 2. I've got one with the, and there's a really nice way of them finding it, which is kind of cool. I'll show you. Hang on. So you can see the 2 kings here. We place them on top and just go. I didn't do it too hard because I didn't want to throw them into the wall. They should flip over like this, but they land like this. It's fine. This way gives you another bit of mystery, but they find the card. So I'll go again, and don't be so shy on the flick. How did I find the 5 of spades twice? So yeah, we chuck this in, straighten everything up, get those 2 kings out. Magic Man Pete's in the house. Nice. And we'll be a little bit bolder with it this time. Yeah, so let's try this. That's better. They fly out, and you see now they've actually caught a card between them, and you can very fairly show that to be the selected card. Now, the reason I've done it this way, and I'm going to joke as well, I'm using 2 kings. I'm not being overly self-indulgent using my face. But the reason I've done it this way is twofold. One, I don't like. I wanted to use, first of all, let's go. So you start with the 2 jokers, or whichever 2 cards are going to be your sandwich cards on top of the deck, and a card is chosen. Now I've purposely gone for. Oh, we've got Ramsey. Right. So using this 10 card replacement here. Yeah, this one. The reason I'm doing this is I like the fact that it's just really clean. And when it goes in, there's no other passes, controls. I like the fact that that control is done in one move. You know, it's not put it in and then put it back to the top in 2 moves. You just pop it back in. They go on and you straighten everything up. So it's nice and clean, especially for online stuff. Now, what I wanted to get away from is, let's say we're using this 5 of spades again, is this move here. You know where you, I'll show you. Let's say you got these off separately, and then you take the card and you do your thing and you get it back to the top, and then you do this thing. That's what I wanted to get away from. Yeah, that is the move I wanted to get away from, because it just stinks of why on earth are you going over to the deck to do that to come back. You would just pick them up and do this. Like it seems so daft. So I didn't want to have the cards that are doing the sandwiching on the table already, because there's absolutely no reason for these to then come back over here. None at all. None. You would just do the thing away from the deck. So to get round that, obviously I'll put them on top first. I introduced the chosen card first. It goes back in. Now you're not even mentioning sandwich at this moment. You're just controlling that card to the top. Tenkai down, and then as you straighten, you put that card on top. I haven't got V3s yet. I'll say I've been out of the game for a year or so. Now what you have is the chosen card on top of the 2 cards that are going to do the sandwiching. Okay. So by doing a double top shot at this point, you're miles and miles ahead. Yeah, because the card apparently is in the middle. Now you introduce these kings or jokers or whatever they are, and you throw them down on the table. So it makes sense to be going near the deck to then put them down, because they're coming from the deck. Yeah, do you see what I mean? Having them on the table first, bringing them back to the deck and putting them down makes no sense. Having them in the deck and not mentioning that it's a sandwich effect, taking their chosen card, placing it in the middle, yeah, whilst controlling it, and then say, oh, and by the way, we're going to be using these cards. Yeah, this just makes a reason to go from the deck here, which is obviously when you do your load. Now, at this point, you've got 3 face-up cards, which doesn't leave a good reveal. So the way to go around this is you pick up the double, you put the king underneath this one, you turn and you turn. It's a bit of a flourishy, weird move, but it doesn't look odd when you're just picking them up, because again, no one knows what's going on at this point. So you just pick it up, you pick this up, turn and turn, and now you have the card sandwiched between but face down. All right, so you do that turn at this point. You're here and here. Pick up, just casually put it upside down as if you didn't mean to, or or whatever. And then you've got them here. Now you've got this, so the sandwich is in. I'll spread first. I don't do a full spread. Don't do this, because what happens is you end up with these gaps that are quite wide, and occasionally it'll do this, and it will drop halfway through. So the shorter spread gives you a little bit of space on this side of your mat. Yeah, so doing this half spread, protects you from breaking, and also gives you this space for the card to land. Now the classic way of doing this, the way I used to do it, was you put the cards here and you catch them. Yeah, and it'd be mid-air, you catch it. But the thing that stopped me performing this is that I didn't always catch it. And I know a lot of people don't perform certain tricks because they're worried about a particular part of it, or card and ceiling, is it going to stick, etc, etc. So what I came up with instead was, you're going to do this move, you're going to do this thing and then push it back again. That's what you're going to do. That old but in that action, it's going to send the cards, flip them over. Yeah, so they fly off and they land majority of the time like this. I'll say I'm up against a wall because I'm in my small room. So you flip, and it lands like this. It looks like they've taken the card out and caught it in mid-air. So it still looks very mid-airish, but without the worry of having to catch the card. And also, I found when I was on a table that was only as wide as this, if I did this with enough force to get the cards to catch, they'd often fly off the table. And any time the cards drop on the floor is not very elegant. So half a spread here. Now what you want to do, you don't want to put it right at the end, because obviously when you come to push it back, you're going to end up hitting those kings. So you want to put them about halfway down, and then just square, nice. You end up with this lovely little display, and you can then do the thing to show it. All right. Questions? Oh, let's get my mouse working again. So I'll go over any bits of that you're not sure about. I think most of it's stuff I've taught before, so you should be following it pretty easily. Nice. Yeah, it's a really nice piece. You can perform it on your own. So if you want to do a bit for your Instagram channel, etc., you can just sit and just perform this, pull a card out and do the whole thing. You don't need a spectator. With a spectator is great. And obviously the more room you've got, the more you can be a little bit more extravagant with the turnover. Right, so we're going to go through to Tenkai Palm. So I'll talk about the Tenkai Palm in general. I'm just going to move this up so I've got a bit of angle of me. Okay. So getting a card into Tenkai Palm, if you don't do a Tenkai Palm at all, a Tenkai Palm literally sits on your palm and your thumb. Okay, and this is about the angle you're at. Okay, let me just get it in there naturally. So that's about the angle, and it's really lightly held. Okay, you're not squeezing it so it's buckling or anything like that. It's just held very loosely here, which gives you a nice casual manner with your hands. I'm not going to worry about flashing for the window at the moment, but generally, obviously the angle that you want to be at is here. I think when you get to about here, you've got to start closing your fingers. I don't like closing my fingers because the whole point of the Tenkai Palm is that you're not using your fingers, and therefore you can be a little bit more relaxed with them. Okay. So here. Now I find the best way to know how to start getting that card in, and I've got a whole video on this Tenkai Palm. It's in the BLT, the Bertram Change project that I did. It's about 5 or 6 videos ago. But essentially, if you start here, so get this card in position where you're happy that, and you don't want it above your fingers. Obviously, you want it down deep in the palm, so that you can, when you get the right angle, you can see through your fingers, which really gives obviously a nice feeling of not having something here, which is what people expect you to do. Okay, so if you start here and then take this card up, you'll end up at a good starting point, so you can work backwards. Okay, rather than trying to work it out from here and getting down to here, if you start here, so you literally place the card in here where you're comfortable with it, reach down, put your fingers on the front, move your thumb to the back and bring it up. This will be your start point. I pivot off my middle finger and thumb, but this will be your start point to getting it back into Tenkai. Okay, so you really, I always start where I want to finish and go backwards on a move, and that way I know that here is a great way to get back into it. I know that this is not a good way because that's not how I would take it back out. Do you get that? So start here, come up, and then you'll know where your start position is naturally for a Tenkai Palm. Alright, so just reverse engineer it, start here and literally place it in and come up. Now to do the move, all you're going to do is oh, of course. I'm trying to turn it back to the card table, forgetting I've moved the bloody camera. Alright, excuse me. So now you'll notice my camera, whenever I set up my card camera, because I do a lot of Tenkai Palming, my card camera is always off to my right. I don't have it head on. This would be head on and I'd be very much exposed. So I tend to always have my camera on my right hand side. So now when I do the replacement, I'm just going from here into Tenkai and tapping the deck. Okay, so, and also don't do this. This is another bit of the replacement. A lot of people cut the cards, put this in, put these on and square up. What that doesn't allow for is having the cards messed up a little bit. So what I do is I dribble down, then place the card in, and now you can't really tell if a card was added or not because they're messed up. Then dribble these on, which leaves them a little bit messed. So with this Tenkai card, you can reach over, so the hand goes over and taps the front straight as you drop the card. Then you come round and square the edges here. So you take their card, you say stop, for example. Okay, pop it in here, square everything up. So every move is justified. Okay. Here, dribble. Yeah, so that's what you want it to look like, and that should look exactly the same. Don't place it down. I don't worry about doing a laser deal, click and all that stuff. I'll just tap back, dribble these on. Now they're messy, then you're squaring up obviously. And you're good. Alright, so that's the Tenkai replacement. Hopefully that'll make sense. So card is chosen. Let's use a just say stop. Lovely. chuck it in, and if that happens, by the way, if they fly out like this, when you come in, just put it and pull back, and then put those on and square up. The sort of messier the better, really, because it really takes away from the fact that you're adding anything on. So stop here, perfect. We'll chuck those in. Yeah, nice and clean. Yeah, so that makes sense. So that's the first phase. Now, obviously, when you get into the second phase, you don't want to do any shuffling. Shuffling now would be a really dumb thing to do because you very cleanly put their card in the middle. Shuffling, all that can do is make it less middle. Don't start doing all this. No, you want it to be your card in the centre, and we'll leave it right there. Okay, before we think about that again, and now you get into the double top shot. Yeah, so the first one's a double. Because you've loaded the 6 on top of the kings, you're introducing... Oh, excuse me, you're introducing the jokers. Okay, I did a triple by accident. And by introducing them, it makes more sense that you're going to pop them out. Okay, now that's the flourishes I use. All that is a double top shot. And then the push through flick out. Just a very small version. But you can do whatever you like. You can do this one. Yeah, whatever you need to do to get those out on the table. And then you're really home dry. You pick up the double, the single goes underneath, you reverse everything, and in one motion you do this, right? Don't make it modular. Don't pick this up and then put this underneath and then turn it round and then pull this. Don't do all that. You want to just look like you're picking them up and you've kind of put them back to back without thinking. All right, so pick them up. Oh, yep, that's right. Yeah, so it's sort of one motion. They go on. Oh, I've really got enough space to do this. Let me try over here a little bit. I really hate this little corner of my room. I need more space. Alright. And you square those up quite nicely before you show the reveal. And then you got their card. Hopefully that all makes sense. I'm going to chat for a bit while people try some of those moves out. Hopefully you've got cards with you, because I think the best way of these things happening is to do it at the time. And if something doesn't make sense, you can have a think about it. I'm going to have a little vape while you guys have a little go on it. Sad. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to get a deck of cards that is not a prototype deck. And see if I can show you the ending when it's with nice smooth cards. Let me just find. Red deck I kept the jokers in. Okay. God, these are so much thinner. And this is nothing against the cards. It's just that they are. Yeah, you see, with the Red Fox playing card, the actual. I might grab one of the V2s in a sec. It's yeah, don't be this deck is a prototype and I've been using it a lot because I'm on it. It's much easier with smoother cards that haven't been battered. So yeah, it adds moves in, but I think those moves I think they help the flow of the tricks, and actually things that seem like they would normally be quite complicated to get away with are actually done in very simple motions. I know I've done a double top shot for a long time. You don't need to do a double top shot. You could just double lift that first joker off the pack. All right, it doesn't. I mean, I do it because it is the fairest way I can think of doing it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting that 6 that we did earlier, popping it in. There's absolutely nothing wrong with then saying, and we've also got 2 kings. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all, because you're being so fair. I just like it to be extra fair. Extra fair with the top shot. All right, so don't feel obliged to worry about doing this move. Not necessary at all. Yeah, you can do whichever ways of getting those off the top that you want, and that's just for the Red Fox guys to prove nothing wrong with their cards. It was me. All right, so use moves that are comfortable for you, so that when you're performing this, you're never worrying about a certain segment of the trick. I hate tricks when I get to one bit and my anxiety goes through the roof. I'm thinking, I hate this bit, I hate this bit, I hate this bit. You know, like a watch steal when you first do them or whatever. Just try and structure it in the way that you're not putting these cards on the table first and saying, we have 2 very clean jokers here. You know, make the clean bit, the card going in the middle, really fair. Just show the 2 jokers, and then you're already set. You're ahead of them, because then you say, we take the jokers, we'll put them on the deck, and they'll find your card. So it's a very quick little thing, but well worth practicing. I know I owe Don 2 decks of cards, because he won a competition way back. So I intend to fulfill that this week, which was a deck of, if I remember rightly, what was it, Don? Orbit cards and one other. They're here anyway, and I will be sending those out now that work is back to normal and furlough and all those things. So I will be doing a competition on this video as a way of getting back into the channel, and what I will be offering, let me just grab them, and they will be sent out the same day they are announced, because I had a little bit of a you know, prizes and things that stopped, they didn't get fulfilled, especially Don's. What was the other deck of cards, Don? Paradiddles, yes, thank you. So Don's got a deck of Paradigms and a deck of Orbit coming his way. DM me your address again. But for the winner of this competition, all I want you to do is perform this effect. All right, very simple. So I'm going to leave this video up until Monday. All right, so people can see it. And then from Monday to Friday, you've got to put the routine together, practice it and perform it. And I've got a Red Fox sealed deck of V1s and a sealed deck of V1.1. All right, so these are the marked cards. I'll send them with the glasses for the reader glasses. These aren't marked, but in my opinion have a better back design on them. So this is the V1.1. So these will be the prize for whoever's attempt at that trick I like the most. And I'll be showcasing the attempts on a live stream next week, on next Friday. So same time, 9 o'clock. So send them in to me whichever way you want. It could be on Discord, it can be Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, whatever way we can get in touch with each other. Send me that video and I will be showcasing all of them on the stream next week, announcing the winner and sending the cards straight out. All right, so my apologies for falling out of love with streaming and magic and all things interesting for a year or so and getting a real job, but I'm back. This is the prize. What's the name of the sandwich? I have no idea. What do we call the sandwich? I will pick a name next week as well. So get suggested names for that sandwich. It's the ending with the catch was a Valerino idea. I had the same idea when I was growing up, about the same time, and it was it was a shame that we had the same idea. He came out first with it. He's obviously a much better magician, so he put together this beautiful thing first. So I had to rejig the idea. So I redid how the sandwich was put in how to control the card, how the sandwich was loaded, how the reveal was done. So essentially, it's apart from sitting on top of a spread, it's a different trick. So we'll call it an ode to Valorino. All right, that's what we'll call that sandwich trick. So if you can send it with ode to Valorino on it, yeah, that'll be the name of the trick, and we will pick a winner next Friday. So next Friday, 9 p.m, I do another stream. We'll announce the winner of these. In the meantime, Don, I'll get your cards out to you. Appreciate your patience. It's only been a year or so. And guys, thank you very much. Hopefully you all got something out of that. Yeah, I mean, if you're watching on replay, please do join. You've got until Thursday, next week. What's the date Thursday? Anyone? OTV sandwich. Good job. I like that. I'll look up the date because I don't know. It's like the 5th or something. Let me just check. Yeah, you got till Thursday the 4th. All right, Thursday the 4th, midnight, to get your entry in. Thank you. Hello, Fred. I've been literally, sorry guys, I've been nattering away trying to kill time because I knew Fred would be getting in about an hour after we started. Hello, Fred. We're just getting to the end of this, so when you watch it back, hopefully you watch it back. There's a trick to learn if you have a chance to put together a version of it. Please do. There will be Red Fox version 1 and V1.1 to be 1. I would put a V2 in there, but I haven't got any yet. So yeah, thanks you all for joining in. Thank you for being in the live and commenting and all that cool stuff. Really enjoyed being back. Hopefully the setup's nice and all is well. So I'll see some of you over in Discord in a bit. Again, hit me up on Facebook and Instagram, Richard Bellars Magic on both. And I'll see you all very soon. Oh, can I end it? My this happens every time. I've got a really dodgy mouse and it just decides to stop working when I say goodbye. So yeah, thank you all for joining in, and I'll see you all next Friday. Take care. Bye bye.